everybody. Welcome back. Thanks for tuning in and watching the Cypress Sports Show, brought to you by Coach's Corner, your go-to spot before and after the game. I'm Jeff Russell here with Mark Slevcove. Today we're going to talk to two cross-country runners, Evonne Lam and Jonathan Rodriguez, and of course, we'll check in with Mr. Pfeiffer in the Destination Jiu-Jitsu segment. 5'4" with 5'4", 54 with 54 with Mr. Pfeiffer. We'll get this at some point. I don't know when, but we'll get it at some point. All right, well, football, hey, turned it around a little bit last week. Much better showing. Cross-country's been running. Golf's going. I mean, a lot of stuff happening as we roll. Girls flag football. Wow, we talked to them last week. Got the big win, moving up. What else do we have this week?
All right, here's our update for fall sports. Football team picked up that win on Friday night at Lawndale, 42-14. The defense stepped up with multiple interceptions, including a pick six by Matthew Baldonado. The offense was steadied by sophomore quarterback Xavier Guerrero, who moved the ball on the ground and in the air. This week, the boys traveled down to Tesoro on Friday night. Good luck, fellas. The girls flag football team, as you just said, Coach, playing extremely well. They're looking really, really good. That ball is moving all over the place. After last week's big victory over number 5 Esperanza, the girls backed it up on Monday with a 33-14 victory over El Dorado in Crestview League play, our new league for the girls. The girls are now up to number 4 in the county in the OC Register rankings. Quarterback Alexis Schober has been throwing beautiful passes out to receivers Michaela Bishop on the outside, Jazzy Roberts across the middle, Kaylee Tilson, who's all over the field. You got Emma Hannafin, Emma Matlock, our guest last week, playing some great ball. The girls take on Foothill on Wednesday and play in the El Toro tournament on Saturday. Girls volleyball opened up their Freeway League play of the Century Conference with 2 victories. Last Thursday, the girls beat Yorba Linda 3-1, and then they beat Villa Park 3-0 on Monday night at Servite. Go figure, was where the game was played. League play continues with the match at home versus La Habra on Wednesday. Boys water polo team has had a rough run through a difficult part of their schedule. Last week they had 2 tough losses versus Woodbridge and St. John Bosco, and this week they traveled down to a solid Trabuco Hills team before heading to the West Torrance tournament on Friday and Saturday. The girls tennis team has started the season 7-0, but they'll certainly get tested on Tuesday versus Orange Lutheran before other non-league matches versus La Quinta and Western this week. The girls golf team defeated Valencia last week behind medalist Tanya Maheshwari, and this week the girls open up league in the top Crestview League with away matches versus Canyon and Troy. And then we will hear from cross country, but they took part in the Century Conference preview meet last week on Wednesday. Under tight starting conditions, the boys finished 4th in the Crestview League. Isaiah Garma paced them 8th overall with a 15:30 time. And the girls were 3rd in the North Hills League, and they were led by 5th place finisher Christina Butner. The team competes again this Saturday at the Woodbridge Invite.
Wow, a lot of stuff going on. You know, in the past week or so, we gave a shout out to Texas. We gave a shout out to 2 people in Texas, right? The Seibels and J.R. Serrano. I got a message from J.R. J.R. said, hey, I saw it, but we needed to say national champions, Michigan, even though they lost.
2023 national champions.
Yeah.
A lot of filming, recording. There's a lot of stuff going on there. I don't know. Exactly.
But I'm going to give it to you for now. They haven't taken the title away, so national champions lost.
They lost.
I don't know, but I'm going to make the point of...
And a quick shout out to Miss V. Nguyen's class, 3rd grade class over in Anaheim, who's checking out the show each week as well.
Wow. I mean, again, we're all over. We got 3rd grade classes, not the class, just Miss Vin, or the whole class?
No, the whole class. She's showing it to the whole class. Yeah, she's got a class. They're all checking it out, so those kids are paying attention right now.
Minnesota, Texas, Idaho, Utah.
Nationwide.
Yeah. Who else can we get? We've had Hawaii before. Man. Can we get someone from Europe? We got to get that.
We'll work on that. Think about that. Yeah.
We got to work on that. We're going to figure it out. We're going to figure that out. While our brains are scrambling, let's bring in the most scrambled brain we have. Let's check in with Mr. Pfeiffer in our Destination Jiu-Jitsu
Well played,
segment.
well played.
Yeah, thank you.
My chair had a guest appearance through this whole segment. It's rad. I didn't take it out of the screen.
No, you're there.
Yeah, that was nice. Hey,
How are you,
nice to see
Five?
you. My favorite part of the week.
Yeah.
I love being here.
You're such a liar.
Hey, Miss Wynn's class, right?
Yeah.
You should hear it. We were out on the pool deck, right? She shows up to the water polo last week. It hits us with, oh, my kids, they're fans.
That's awesome.
They're like, oh, I like that Mr. Slevcove.
That's
I
right.
think I look like that Mr. Slevcove.
Oh, very cool.
Check it out. I want to see pictures, Wynn. I want to see pictures, right?
That's
Check it out.
awesome.
We could do a side-by-side on the show. This week was kind of reflective. We asked some athletes some 5 questions. I really like the questions. It's like, what do you love best about your sport? Was one of them. What can you learn from your sport that you can't learn from a book? Like and I know we're interviewing athletes every week, and I'm always impressed with how they comport themselves, how they know words like superlative, right? How they can figure that out. But no, but their comments.
People will see that later.
Their comments are always enlightening to me. So I wanted to ask you guys, like, what do you think sports can give our student athletes? What the books can't? What I can't do in the English class? What's it giving them?
I think the dedication, the commitment, the day-by-day grind, and the work ethic that's created, and the kids don't even realize it. Like they're creating a passion for work and showing up daily that I think they carry into anything else that they do.
It's that showing up piece that's huge, right?
Yeah, there's that, and then just learning how to work with people, that collaboration, right? So you're not going to get along with everybody, your coach, your other teammates, or whatever. But ultimately, when you're a part of the team, you have to put those things aside for the ultimate goal of success, and that's a lifelong deal. I mean, we deal with it all the time. We're working with people, we're doing things that maybe we don't want to, but you keep the ultimate goal in sight, focused on that, and then that's what you do.
You know, that's something that Rob Wygott always said. You know, there's a lot of this talk about diversity, this, diversity, that. You know, all of our school's very diverse, and many schools are. But he says, go out to the football team. You want to see the most diverse group on campus that learn how to work together and play together and be with each other. It's right there. We don't need a special club. We don't need this. We don't need to be told to do that. Go compete with a team, and that's what diversity is.
Yeah.
It's diversity through unification of a team.
Absolutely, and that vision, that shared goal, right? It doesn't matter my ego, it doesn't matter my skill set, right? You got to cut that wood, you got to carry that water, so to speak, right? You got to do your job.
I've seen that somewhere on the tagline.
You got to come together, right? And put away those differences, and it's a huge task, and these kids are doing it
It's
weekly,
awesome.
daily. It's
Hey,
awesome.
before we get to, I know you're going to throw it there. Before we get to, you always ask us. You know, we do those fast action questions at the end of the thing. I'm going to give you a fast action question.
Nope.
Yeah,
Next.
you're going to be in a movie, in a TV show or a movie. What TV show or movie are you going to be in?
Oh, there's so many. I don't know. Of course, Star Wars. You got to wield that lightsaber, right? And,
Star Wars.
Force choke somebody out. But I think My Blue Heaven, Steve Martin, right? I want to be
Yes.
walking down. He's dressed tight, right? He's got that
I
hairstyle.
love
He's
that.
walking through
I
the
love that
grocery
movie.
aisle, and he sees that beautiful woman. He says, "You shouldn't be in the frozen food section.
Nobody
You could
knows
melt
that.
all this stuff."
You guys got to look up that thing.
Hilarious. Anyway, we asked a bunch of athletes some questions, right? We had 2 fun ones in there, so check it out. Hey, here we are, Cypress, 5-4 with Pfeiffer. Check it out. Say your name and your sport.
Oh, I'm Evonne. I am from cross country. Priscilla, flag football.
Carlo, water polo.
For Potsy.
Tanya, golf. Haley, cheer.
So dig this, right? What is the favorite part about your sport?
Mine is definitely the community that is involved in it.
I would say the same, but just because it's like a new sport for California, so it's like the community's so welcoming. Everyone's rooting for everyone pretty much.
Everyone is rooting for it, all right?
I'd say my teammates.
Your teammates.
The people that you meet. I feel like the most important part is like the experience you get out of it.
The experience. So what do you get out of it? Like, what do you take away that books can't teach you?
I feel like we take away a lot of cool experiences, like how to communicate with kids and how to take like more of a leadership position at school and how to represent your team.
Very cool. And you just had that cheer spirit squad camp, right, with the little ones.
I think something I've learned from golf is commitment. I've been playing golf since I was 5, so committing to the sport is something I've learned.
That commitment, that drive.
Something that I learned is team building and communicating because that's important in team sports.
Very cool.
Leadership and being able to communicate with people you might not get along with, but you have to be a team, so you need to communicate with everyone.
Get past some of those little insignificant things, right? What about you?
For me, perseverance and just to never settle, and that there's always like another goal that you can set for yourself.
All right, these are goofy now. Check it out. Iron Man, Spider-Man, or the Black Panther? Who do you want to hang out with?
Definitely Spider-Man.
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 Iron Man.
Oh,
Iron Man.
Spider-Man.
Okay, okay, dig this. What car, motorcycle, or truck? What's your favorite?
Sure.
Truck.
Car.
Motorcycle.
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 Oh, we have some motorcycle riders. Be careful, wear your helmet, right? Thanks, guys. Pfeiffer with Pfeiffer.
All right, we're here with Coach Crooks, coming off a big win over Lawndale on Friday night, 42-14. Coach, Friday night, what was clicking?
Well, all 3 phases were clicking. We had a kick return or a punt return. Unfortunately, got called back for clipping, but then offense was on fire, moving the chain, scoring points. Defense was getting key stops and making them punt the ball. So it was all good. It was a great game with all 3 phases.
Yeah, I think we had 3 interceptions Friday night. What was the key for the interceptions?
Well, every Tuesday we work on Turnover Tuesdays, so we emphasis on working on different things of, stripping the ball, interceptions, just trying to get turnovers, emphasize those and work on it and turnover on the game.
Our leading rusher, Bryson Busby, was having a good night. He came out of the game midway through with a rolled ankle. How's he looking this week?
He's looking good. So we're with our trainer Marcy and stuff, doing some treatment and everything else. So we're making things are taken care of, and he's ready to go on Friday.
All right, and then our athlete of the week this week was Xavier Guerrero, sophomore, came in at quarterback and kind of took hold of the reins, moved the offense on the ground and in the air. Talk about his performance.
Yeah, X did a great job making key decisions in the right times, moving the chains and running the ball. It's great to have a quarterback be able to run through the tackles and get some stress off of field calling plays, making some 3rd and shorts and some 2nd and shorts for him. So he did a great job managing the game, no turnovers, and played very well.
All right, this week we got our 5th game of the year against Tesoro, perennial power in Orange County. They have a similar opponent to us in La Mirada that we both played so far. We both beat them. What are we looking forward to on Friday night?
We're looking for another tough game. I mean, they're in the same conference as Corona Del Mar. They're 2nd top-tier public school league again. So it's going to be a tough thing for us. We got to make sure we do everything right. So we're in practice right now. We're practicing right now, so with that, we don't want to get it right in the games. We want to make sure we practice so we don't get it wrong in the game. So we're really focused on the key moments and the little things, and got to stop their quarterback.
Yeah, their quarterback looks like he's having an outstanding year so far. He's their leading rusher. He's got 103 completions already through 4 games, and a couple of receivers have over 30 receptions already. So they're putting up some points.
Yeah, we're keying on him. Cash O'Brien, he's doing a great job. He's got over 1,400 yards passing right now. They're doing the air raid offense. So we got some things we're going to do defensively to do some disruptions, and then we'll see how it works out.
All right, good luck Friday night, Coach.
All right, thank you.
All right, well, today we welcome cross-country runners Evonne Lam and Jonathan Rodriguez to the program. Thanks for being here.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah, you guys excited about it or what?
Yeah, I was very excited.
You sure? Okay.
Coach Russell, they said right before they walked in, what are we doing here?
Yeah.
Coach Tweed just told us to come over.
Tweed.
Come on, Tweed.
Rising tides and ships
That's right.
passing the night. Coach Tweed. Well, we're here to talk a little bit about cross country, if that's okay with you guys.
Yes.
Perfect. Well, running. I hate it. I'll just be quite honest about it.
I don't like it.
Not a big fan of it, so I respect the cross country runners a lot. Track runners as well, but sometimes they run quick sprints, and I'm okay with that. But like going out and running 9 million miles, That would drive me crazy. So what is there something you like? Like what kind of running do you prefer? Do you prefer like running at like if I was going to run, I would run at the beach. Is there like the beach or like trail running or like running in the mountains? Is there like a setting that you guys really like? I mean, I can't imagine the hard sidewalks are an awesome place to run. And you never go in the street in the bike lane, right? Although I may have seen you guys yesterday on Paul Road. But is there a good setting you like?
I personally love running on trails. So every Saturday we have these like really long run Saturday practices where we do like 10 or 11 miles, like usually where there's like mountains and stuff. So we go to like different places. We go to like Fullerton, we've been to Laguna, sometimes we go to the beach. So those are like my favorite types of the runs.
Cool.
I really like trail runs too, but like one of the biggest disadvantages is there are a lot of rocks there too. It's like sometimes you could have a really nice up and down run where it's really like there's lots of ups, lots of downs. You can use like the momentum to help you, but there's going to be a lot of rocks and it kind of messes with form a little bit sometimes.
Yeah.
That didn't mess with you on the right arm there, right? It wasn't running. What happened to the right arm?
So I got in a fight. I won my fight.
You should see the other guy.
I see the other guy.
And you said that you're still going to be able to run. The doctor said you can still run even with the broken arm.
Yeah.
So that's gonna challenge you, but that's very exciting. Oh well, not exciting, but good that you get to continue to train and compete. So Cypress cross country has been pretty successful the last several years with Coach Tweed at the helm, winning league one time and making CIF multiple times. What sets us apart at Cypress in our cross country program compared to other programs on campus or other programs that you guys see at your meets?
I think for me it's definitely the community, like the supportive community, and it's just like cross country is like known to be a really hard sport, like mentally, physically, and just like knowing that everyone's kind of suffering with you, like the sportsmanship that comes with the team is just like really
good,
supportive. Yeah.
I think one of the biggest things is the bond that we have with the whole team. Like as much as we're like serious, like when it comes to a workout, it's time to really put in the practice. We're training hard, but then there's going to be a time when somebody kind of makes a joke and we're all laughing and like it kind of eases the situation for us.
Your teammates really become your best friends, don't they?
Mm-hmm.
You guys spend so much time together. You go through the pain, the agony, the hard work of training, but also the excitement of competition that they become your best buddies.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And you mentioned a team component, right? Like the team together kind of supporting each other. I mean, cross country is one of those sports where you have a team component, right? You can go in team races, and you have an individual component, right, where you race as well. So tennis has that, track has that. It's different from other sports. You go to basketball, it's just team, right? So how do those kind of work together? I mean, do you focus on the individual portion of it and then just kind of slides into the team, or do you focus on the team and you happen to run, or is it kind of coordinate together? How's that work?
I personally believe that as it's kind of both. As our team starts to get a lot faster, there's going to be guys who are kind of in the tail end who are getting pulled with that front end going faster.
Coach Russell, rising tides.
Rising tides.
Raises all ships.
It's Coach Tweedism. Have you ever heard it?
No.
Oh, he's got to get back to it. He's got to get back to it.
Sorry.
And that was my we all kind of move as one as a group.
Thanks.
It's the same for the girls' side of the team too. I feel like there's always going to be some stragglers, but like because of how close our team is, we all try to support each other and uplift each other.
Yeah, I think that goes in sports like that where you get better riding. You get better running with people better than you, right? They'll push you further, that team aspect of it. And then individually, it just makes you better as an individual when you get to CIF and things like that.
Yeah.
Right? Cool.
All right, so last week we participated in the new Century Conference preview meet, cluster meet, whatever we want to call it. 15 teams were all there. How did that experience go last week, being our first time in the Century Conference?
I loved the course that we ran. It was really shady and it was like completely flat. I think during Empire League we ran at Craig Park for our league meets, and it was like the hilliest thing ever. So it was just like such a great contrast from the last few years. And that course allowed a lot of our girls and a lot of our guys to PR and like set their like personal record.
So this is at Yorba Regional Park
Yes.
this year.
Yeah.
How about you, Jonathan?
I personally, it's definitely different from Empire League. We're in a lot harder league, so placing was definitely a lot harder, and they're taking out a lot faster. And like you said, it's 15 teams, 7 runners, 105 runners in one kind of tiny spot. So the beginning was definitely kind of hectic. There's a bunch of elbows. Everybody's hitting and running into each other. It was different, but I wouldn't say it was horrible, you know.
Yeah, because in the Empire League there was 6 teams, 7 runners. So you had 42 runners, and at Craig Regional Park the starting line was real wide. Right now, everybody in the Century Conference ran together, and then finished results can separate it all by league. But it was a smaller chute coming out.
Yeah.
Okay. How about the other races we have throughout the year? What invitationals do we look forward to the most? What's your favorite one besides the league ones?
I think this Saturday we're participating in Woodbridge, and that is one of the biggest meets of like the entirety of California. Like I feel like a lot of other states come in too just to participate in it, and it's just like it's also a really nice course and just a great way to see how you are compared to other teams around California.
Is that this Saturday or next Saturday? I gotta check my dates.
It's this Saturday.
It's this Saturday. Okay.
One course I really like is Clovis. It's in Fresno. We're actually going to go out the day before, kind of just spend the day out there as a team, a little bit more team bonding. But it's very good because it's, like she was saying, like a lot of teams come out of state to participate in the race. If you ever seen the movie McFarland, they're actually kind of based out around there. So some of the original runners from that team that the movie's based on will actually be out there and try to talk to anybody who's willing to talk to them.
Nice. I want to jump back to the start of the race when you said it was really crowded and things like that. In cross country, do they do things to break up the group? I'm going to use myself in cycling. There's going to be a climb immediately when you start a race, and the climb is going to break up the pack, so you won't have a giant pack. When you're running in cross country, do they do things like that to stretch out the pack so that you're not always elbowing and fighting for position like for the entire race, or do you just have to break your arm to get into the front?
It just depends on the race. Most races like that. Most races are kind of like that though, where you kind of just have to stay with that group. Maybe not going the pace you want to go. Maybe a little faster, maybe a little slower, but it's just it's a really big mental thing. Like you just got to stick with this group.
Same. Mm. Yeah. And do you, when you're running with, you said maybe sometimes you go faster. Do you like focus on, this is out of my tempo, so mentally I got to bring it back. I got to get back to my tempo, my running pace, so that you don't blow yourself up, a mile before the end and you're just like, I got nothing left? Or do you just go, I'm going to try to suck it up and make it today?
I definitely try to go, like if I'm going faster, I try to keep that pace. It's like you go out faster, that means you set yourself up to have an amazing race, be faster than you've ever ran before. You just set yourself up, so why slow down and try to ruin that chance?
And I know Coach Tweed always tells me that I need to start getting comfortable being uncomfortable, and that like mantra has like helped me throughout a lot of races and like just pushing myself to become better.
Yeah.
So are you saying Coach Tweedisms keeps you motivated throughout the year? Coach Tweed, is he your number one motivator, or do you have other ways to stay motivated throughout a long cross-country season?
Coach Tweed is definitely a big factor in it, but like I said before, it's definitely like my team and just like and just being part of.
Sorry,
that community.
Slevcove's
How'd that
phone
pick that
every
up?
time
It's
goes
not even
off.
on.
Sorry.
I was just talking about how like my team and like this community of being cross country, as well as like just my personal goals, also motivates me.
So you got Coach Tweed, you got your teammates, you got your own personal goals. What's on your playlist? You got your playlist motivating you? I know you can't use it in a race, but like in practice, do you listen to certain things to like pump you up?
Jonathan said Taylor Swift earlier.
What?
Swift it up.
I definitely like to play a bunch of oldies, some Biggie, some Tupac, like during practice, get everybody hyped. Well, Coach Tweed, everybody else is like, oh, stop playing this.
I don't really listen to music when I'm running. I feel like it's a distraction. Like whenever I run, I like go off of my breathing pace. But if I'm like listening to music, it kind of distracts me.
Ah,
Yeah.
Interesting.
I
Yeah,
have
I'm
to-
sure everyone's different, right? The music, sometimes it's just the breathing.
I want the distraction of the fact that I'm running, so I like
Right,
turning music up the whole time. Well, when you're out running, doing all that stuff, what is a typical training day? What does it look like when you leave campus to head out? Does it change every day? Do we do intervals? Do we just go flat miles and those change? What's a typical training day like?
So typically on Mondays we do this really hard workout called mile repeats, and it's basically where you run miles in increments, and you're supposed to like run them at a consistent pace, but like as fast as you can, basically, yeah. And we do have like a training regimen for each week. So usually like Mondays and Wednesdays are our hardest days, while like Tuesdays and Fridays are like our recovery days. So we do have like that kind of chill.
Same for the boys, I would imagine, close.
Yeah, but one big thing is definitely like looking ahead into the week. Like coming up with this race Saturday, this week is going to be lighter than last week, where we had a bunch of workouts last week. This week we're kind of dialing it back, trying to lock in for the race.
That's right. You got to stay fresh and ready to go. And is that part of? It's got to be part of the plan as the coach, because you guys go through so much adversity throughout a season. All the miles, the wear and tear on your knees and legs and body, and the mental grind of it. How do you deal with the tough times or the adversity that comes with the season?
My biggest thing is I kind of think about it as like this is a team sport. If like there's other teams out there who they might be having the best week of their life, so that means I still got to continue to work, try to meet up with their teams, try to keep myself accountable for my team as well.
It's the same for me as well.
Yeah, just same. Ditto. All right, well, we have come to the point in the show where we do some fast action questions. Don't overthink them. Whatever comes to your mind. Who wants to answer first?
I answer first.
All right, you'll answer first, then we'll flip-flop. Then you answer first on the next one. You guys ready? Sure?
Yes.
Okay, super hard. What's the strangest thing that you've ever seen in a race?
Oh, I saw somebody throwing up, but like it was brown.
Brown?
Brown.
That's gross.
I saw someone walking.
Oh, you're kind of right.
Wait, we're racing. Why are we walking?
Best advice you've ever received in your sport?
Get comfortable being uncomfortable.
Definitely just keep with it, because at first it's going to be hard, but as you put in more work and more hours, it's going to get a lot easier.
Cool. If your teammates gave you individually a superlative, what would it be? Like, wittiest sense of humor, what would your superlative be?
I think maybe like a shirt or something. I'm very into like fashion stuff.
Best bike rider.
Best bike rider, best fashion statement.
I think for me, probably like a vinyl of like my favorite like music.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. If you could run with anybody, dead or alive, who would it be?
What's that? Ooh. Noah Lyles.
No, that's okay.
I think Steve Prefontaine. Ever since I was young, I've always liked him.
All right. All right. Best place on campus to just kind of get away and relax?
I think Mr. D's room.
Mr. D's room?
Mr. Fournier's room for me.
Fournier's room. Okay. Best place you've ever run?
Huntington Beach.
Coach Russell's home.
I love it.
I think the beach in general. I don't care which one. Just the beach is relaxing.
Okay. If you could be on any TV show, be in the TV show or in a movie, what would it be? Either one. TV or movie?
I think I got to go with my favorite, Fantastic Mr. Fox.
I was also about to say Fantastic Mr. Fox.
Okay. Any reason why?
I just really like how the art style looks, and then also like how the characters dress. Really nice.
All right. What about you?
Zach Morris, Kelly Kapowski.
Saved by the Bell.
Saved by the Bell. Yeah, I've been
nice.
Saved by the Bell. Mr. Belden.
Yeah.
Big Kelly Kapowski fan.
I'm gonna be in Deadpool. I just like that. It's hilarious. It's funny. I don't know. Let's say you have the perfect meal prepared for you. Someone's making. It's gonna be your perfect meal. What is it? What's in it? What are we eating?
Oh gosh, that was like my yesterday meal. So I basically had
Yesterday, the best meal ever. Okay.
Me and my brother made mashed potatoes and steak, and it was like actually like so good. Yeah.
Cool.
I think my mom's cooking. I love my mom's cooking. Anything she makes, devour.
Anything from Mom?
Anything from Mom.
What? Okay, so Mom makes a lot. Give me one specific thing. If Mom says, I know you love my cooking, I want to make you your favorite dish. It is?
I think her spaghetti is really good.
Spaghetti, all right. Hey, here we go. All right, well, thanks again to Cross Country Runners, Evonne Lam and Jonathan Rodriguez for being here. Thanks to our sponsors, Destination Jiu-Jitsu and Coach's Corner. Make sure you get out to those businesses and support them. Get out and watch some runners. If you see them out on the road, wave at them. Don't honk at them. Hopefully they're in the right spot. Thanks for watching. We'll see you guys next week.